We have a demo. We have around 20 minutes today, guys. So we're going to try to keep it short. We're going to try to keep it sweet, but we're going to make it jam-packed. Is that cool with everyone? All right, cool. So before we start, my name is Tony Placencia. I'm one of the co-founders of Underdog Protocol. And today I'm going to spend 10 to 20 minutes, I can't promise you the entire time, on how we can use NFTs compression to create a data-rich blockchain. But before we do that, let's spend some time talking about how we got here. Now, if I remember correctly, I'm at the developer stage. I'm not a developer, guys. I'm sorry to tell you all. Before I started Underdog Protocol and showing up in your wallet shirtless, if that's how you know me, I spent 5 to 6 years at the world's largest consumer marketplaces. I worked at Uber, Ritual.co, and Thumbtack, where I led things like partnerships, growth, and launching new products in cities. And there was a lot that came out of that. Outside of speaking day-to-day with contractors, hearing their problems, there was 3 questions and 2 threads that I found all the time. Number 1 was, Tony, I can make money from my phone already. But when I'm on Thumbtack and I'm on TaskRabbit, or when I'm on Uber and trying to get started on Lyft, or when I'm on Ritual and I want to upload to DoorDash and Uber Eats, why does it take me so much time, and why do I lose so much money uploading my documents and recreating my reputation? And now, they probably didn't know this, but there was 2 things that stopped them from doing this. Number 1 is data silos. You guys want to put your hands up if you know what a data silo is? Cool, all right, we're all here. And then number 2 is the lack of interoperability. And candidly, I don't think day-to-day users understand what interoperability is, but it's something that they crave. So, interoperability is the consumer experience that we're all craving. If you talk to a creator, like a random creator like Nas, they're going to say, man, I really wish I could upload my content to TikTok, have it reformatted to, or re-upload my content to YouTube, have it reformatted for TikTok, then upload it to LinkedIn, and then to Twitter. And that's what Solana and the decentralized database unlock. They unlock a place where you can upload and carry your information around you, whether that's a Solana wallet or a passport by Underdog. But before we get to interoperability, we have to bring activity on-chain. And right now, you're probably saying, Tony, look at the bubblegum contract. Look at the program. It's up and to the right. Tony, look at all the transaction volume that we have. That's not really what I'm talking about, guys. And that's candidly not where the data is actually valuable. The valuable data are things like user demographics, user preferences, user actions, all of the things that big Web2 companies are currently collecting. And if we want Solana to win, we need activity on-chain. And now, it's a 10 to 20 minute talk, like I mentioned, so I'm not going to get into ZK or privacy, because I'm not a developer, so I don't want to waste your time. But I need you all to remember this. Every app, every action, every platform that you experience with is in a centralized database. Every action, every app you experience in, all of that is in a centralized database. And it's not interoperable. So not only is it worthless to you, there's nothing you can actually do with this data. So if we want Solana to win, we need to bring activity on-chain and be both interoperable and decentralized. So how do we know this is something that people want? Like I said, I'm not a dev, so I don't really spend a lot of time coding. I spend a lot of time researching. BCG did a study back in 2020 of around 10,000 individuals on how they'd like their data captured, and here's what they learned. 65% of users want personalized ads, meaning when they come to your app, when they come to your platform, they want to see advertisements that are tailored specifically towards them. But here's what happens. Brands offer you a one-time coupon, they offer you an exclusive newsletter, they offer you an exclusive community, and candidly, that's not what users want. Of those 10,000, 33% of them said they just want convenience. Next time I come to your application, hey, Tony, thanks for coming back. I noticed you bought this last time, and I noticed you searched on Google, you were looking for an item here. Because you did all of this, we're gonna go ahead and recommend something that you can purchase in store this next time. They just want convenience. But what's the big problem here? They have no incentive to share their data. 55% of those 10,000 individuals say I have no incentive. The community, the newsletter, the coupons are just not enough. And so, Tony, why blockchain and why compression? Well, Great question. Let's talk about it. So, compression and data management. So, Tony, let's talk about the blockchain. Yeah, let's do it. So, I think Anatoly and Kevin yesterday talked about this, is Solana is simply the global state machine. If you think about it like the global state machine, it's just a decentralized database. And when you think of it like a decentralized database, what are its value props? Scalability, cost efficacy, it should be cost efficiency, and security, right? The reason that we don't trust these centralized databases, these data silos, is because they're not secure. We've had instances of all of this data being leaked and users being put at that helm. And people on Solana love to say this. It's a 1000x decrease in the cost to drop images, drop JPEGs, drop monkey pictures. But at Underdog, what we think compression is a 1000x increase in the ability to bring data on-chain. So if we can use compression not only for NFTs, if we can use it for accounts, if we can use it for actions, then we've created a data-rich blockchain. All right. I'm at the developer stage, right? Yeah? All right, can anyone tell me what this is? You guys can speak up, it's okay. A Merkle tree, beautiful. Does anyone want to give me like a one-sentence explanation of what a Merkle tree is and what a Merkle tree does? And if you do, I'll give you like $10 USDC to mint 1,000 compressed NFTs. Say it again? Okay, I'll give someone else another shot. No? Okay, we're getting there, guys. One more and then we're good. Nope? Nope? Okay, cool. It's just a really easy way to verify something that you already know is true. It's a really easy way to verify something that you already know is true. Okay? So if you guys want to follow that black line for me, the black dots 1, 2, 5, and 10. 1 is the root. We've got the path all the way down. We've got leaves where the data is stored. But the hash is really where that data is stored. That's the value piece that is on-chain and what decreases the cost by 100x. So what we've got next is a couple explanations here. Path, max depth, max buffer size, and canopy. You guys are the developers, so I'm gonna let you all do this and figure this out yourself. But here's what we want to do, and I want to explain really quickly. What we saw up here is the root. The root is the hash that's stored on-chain. All of this essentially enables you to determine how big you want your Merkle tree to be and how much data you want stored there. Not NFTs, but data. All right, cool. So devs, raise your hand if you remember how much you were paying in rent before compression came out. A good amount, right? Yeah, exactly, a good amount. Well, now we really don't have to deal with that. And you all have to remember that it's a little bit cheaper to do things on Solana, but for enterprises, when they aggregate their data, they use something called a customer data platform. That means they aggregate all of their data from their CRM to their website to their Google Analytics. They put it in one place, and then they're able to see a grand view of all their customers. That costs them around $5,000 to $50,000 a month, just based on the amount of volume that they have, how much data they bring in. What we're able to do is cut that almost 100x by bringing that data on-chain through compressed NFTs. So here on the left, we've got the traditional way of storing data as NFTs, and on the right, we've got a compressed way of storing data on NFTs, which is through this hash. And like I mentioned, the biggest value prop here is a cost, or it's a decrease in cost and ability to bring data on-chain. Okay, so now I think we can all agree NFTs are going to go way beyond art and digital collectibles, and they're the perfect way to capture and represent user activity on Solana. And like I mentioned, when I say user activity, I mean things like Solarplex likes, Solarplex comments, rethreads, quantum explorations, Jupyter exchanges, Jupyter liquidity pools. Those are things that you should be receiving markers for on-chain. And so I want to give everyone their roses. I'm not here just to talk about Underdog. I'm here to talk about compression and what it's unlocked. So I want to give people their shout-outs. We've got Synap, we've got Drip with airdrops and marketing. We've got Solarplex, we've got Dialect with engagement and communication. We've got Parcel and Ardor, who are using compressed NFTs for engagement and loyalty. And we've got other use cases. We've got TipLink and Tensor, who are just doing amazing things constantly all over. But that's not where we think a lot of the value is. Where we think a lot of the value is are things like provenance. Imagine a world where you're able to see the history of an art piece or the history of a social media post and who's looked at it. User engagement. A lot like Solarplex has grown to over 10,000 users with their compressed NFT quests. They also have a 60% retention rate. You're able to use compressed NFTs to acquire, engage, and retain your customers. And what we're really, really excited about is historical logging and tracking. It's the ability to drop compressed NFTs latently and to capture data on chain, a lot like a database marker would in a regular database. All right, so we're talking about Underdog. Underdog Protocol is a minting API on Solana. We enable you to mint, manage, and index all of your NFTs. We have a minting API, a programmable wallet, and no-code tools that enable you to engage with compressed NFTs. Here, what you're looking at is our storefront product and our passport product that enables anyone to create a storefront for compressed NFTs and claim it with their Google. So, what does this mean? Why is this so valuable? The reason it's so valuable is that we're enabling anyone to drop compressed NFTs, whether you're part of a marketing team at Google or whether you're a developer here at Breakpoint. More than that, we're enabling anyone to claim compressed NFTs with their Google. Finally, that means we're able to tie Web3 actions to a Web2 identifier, creating one of the richest data sets that we've ever seen. Send, delete, all through Google. Tony, has anyone done this yet? Well, yes, we have. Alpha Cookies and Alpha Points took first and second at Only Possible on Solana, which was a community-ran hackathon. They've used compressed cookies to reward individuals for actions on chain with Tensor, Jupyter, et cetera. And like I said, they've pushed $10,000 in volume within these platforms. And so what we're seeing is a world where cookies can be used as rewards for individuals' actions. And I want to give a shout out to all of our partners. So we work with teams like Solarplex, we work with teams like Solana Mobile, we announced our partnership with Metaplex yesterday. And now what we can see is a world where everyone using compressed NFTs comes in through Super Team, receives their Underdog membership badge, they order their Solana Mobile, and because they've had their Soulflare wallet for so long, getting compressed NFTs, they're having all of these applications pre-downloaded into their phone. They have their partial trades, they have their home-based trades, and they have their NFTs all within their phone pre-packaged because that data was latently captured and used to create rich experiences. And so now we've got a meme, and not only do I have a meme, I've got Kevin. And if you're a dev, then you know Kevin. So Kevin, it's demo time. Let's have some fun.
All right, I'm gonna live code on hard mode. I gotta really use my glasses. It's tiny on here. All right, all of you are on your laptops anyways, so expect you all to follow along. This is going to be, we're going to demonstrate how easy it is to use Underdog to bring data on chain. And this is something I talked about yesterday. As long as Web3 is harder and more expensive to use than a traditional database, blockchain is never going to be a viable enterprise solution. And compression is part of that. Really, this 100x improvement in cost savings of bringing data on chain. The second part is really the infrastructure and tooling to make working with Web3 as seamless and easy as it is to build in Web2. All right, you guys can see my screen now. So this will actually be a live code. I actually don't have the repo set up. I'm going to set this up. So if you have your computer open, Tony, check them out. Make sure they all have the terminal open. They're going to follow along. Call them out if they don't. All right. I'm going to connect to my hotspot because the Wi-Fi is terrible. So. All right. We're actually going to make a directory. Everyone can see that okay? All right. We're going to make dir breakpoint. All right. Then here, we're going to npm init. We'll just make a little npm repo. And we're going to just add Axios. So, ooh. This is not the most ergonomic setup we got here. All right, cool. So as we wait for that to go along, I have not worked on a giant screen with Underdog. So you can go to app.underdogprotocol.com and just hit sign in. We'll pop up a wallet message, approve, it'll get you in. Okay. All right, the live demo has not failed me yet. I'll make sure to auto connect here. All right. So the first thing that we're going to do with Underdog is creating a project. Project is like your NFT collection, houses all your NFTs. So I'm going to just call this Breakpoint just to make this easy. We're going to do this on DevNet. This is a real account. I just spun this up. Haven't loaded it up with any credits or anything, but I'm going to just create a project, make it really easy, call it Breakpoint, create project. That's all you need to do. On the collection level, it's just a normal NFT, and we handle all the transactions. So I don't have to sign any messages, create the project in the background. So while we wait for that to happen, I'm going to start setting up the script that I need. So we're going to need to grab an API key. So you just hit API key, generate API key. Feel free to use this one on the screen. I'm going to copy it. Once this goes away, you won't be able to see it. So let's now bring up some code. So we're going to go into that breakpoint directory that I was able to set up. Oh, I added npm init in the wrong place. So let's do this again here. Yarn add Axios, because that's easier for me. And we will touch a index.js script file. And let's open this up. And we got 3 minutes, so we're going to run through this real quick. All right? So we'll go into index.js, and you can see this OK. All right. Let's close this guy up. All right. Let's main equal. So I'm going to set up a little script file just to give this a test. And we're going to just make sure this runs. Node index.js. Cool. All right, so we're in. First thing we want to do is make sure that API key is in. So I'll just call this API key equals this. And we're going to actually just grab that project we just created. So within the dashboard, go here, click into this project, and now, oh, there we go. Project 1 is live. So we can mint an NFT in the dashboard. I'm just going to use the defaults here, create the NFT. In the meanwhile, while we wait for that, I'm going to actually get that NFT from the API. So our API endpoint is just devnet.underdogprotocol.com. underdogprotocol.com/v2/project/1. And we're going to actually grab the NFT from there. Oh, looks like I got, and we're gonna do this. And we're in business. So now we're going to grab, oh, give me this guy. Cool, import Axios, and then we're good. So now we're just hitting the Underdog API. We grab the NFT project collection that we just created, and it looks like it's sitting there. I have an array of NFTs that are in the results as well. So maybe on the next show, I'll also show the NFTs in that as well. So content data.nfts. Cool. So the next thing we also want to do is we can also just create, within the dashboard, we can click in, shows on X-Ray. This is a real NFT. It's on Breakpoint. It's on X-Ray. I can check out the tree. I can look at all the data hash. All of that is handled for you. I can now programmatically do this as well. So let's actually just create the NFT in here. We got 39 seconds. Let's see if I can get this out. Wait, axios.post. Hit the API endpoint. Oh, this is clutch. All right, and we'll actually try to do the minimum amount of data that we need. Breakpoint. All right, we got 18 seconds, and I might not make this one, but I need an image. Let's go back. And boom. And then now we want to get the headers. Let's see. All right, we're there. And oh, I'm out of time. Let's run it. Let's run this. Let's see if I made the NFT. And all right, NFT was made. We'll go on the dashboard and reload this guy. Oh, and there it is. So if I can code on stage, make an NFT collection, make an NFT with the dashboard and the terminal, then you should be able to do this at home.